Imagine this, you hop on a train, you go to work, your groceries are a short walk away, your favorite coffee shop is around the corner, safe bike lanes are everywhere, and so are the parks and other public spaces. No dealing with traffic, no car notes, no parking tickets. If this sounds like a paradise to you, then keep watching. Across the United States, a handful of metros make the car-free lifestyle attractive. Places where mass transport, walkability, compact neighborhoods, and a culture of walking and biking mean you can get by and thrive without even owning a vehicle. For Black households considering a car-free life, those same places often hold deep cultural roots and sizable Black populations. Communities that shape local life, politics, and neighborhoods. Let's talk about 10 metros where you can realistically survive and even prosper without a car. Hi, my name is Jared and welcome to Black Excellence, where we celebrate all the ways Black people pursue excellence in their everyday lives. If you're searching for ways to fuel your own journey of excellence with content on where to live, where to travel, lifestyle trends, and unconventional ways to do it all, hit that subscribe button and join this circle of excellence. I'm actually hearing a lot about how Gen Z is not even learning to drive at an early age like us millennials did. And a lot of them still don't even have a driver's license into their 20s. I mean, every day I'm considering on how to give back the responsibility of driving. I mean, how much it costs to buy a car, how much it costs to have insurance, how much it costs for registration. Driving sucks. Before we get started with this list, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I mean, it's free to do so and it helps our channel in a big way. You know where we're starting this video. I hear a lot of New Yorkers don't even know how to drive. Little side story, I was working at Interscope Records here in Los Angeles, and a big time producer came into town and I had to drive him around for a week, and I had to go get his food. I had to go do everything because he didn't have a driver's license. And this is really before Uber started to even take off. New York's density and transit system make it an obvious starting point. The New York, Newark, Jersey City metropolitan area is home to nearly 19.5 million people, including about 3 million Black residents. The city's sheer scale creates neighborhoods that feel like small towns. 3 meals, a job, and a pharmacy within 15 to 30-minute walk or subway ride. Subways, buses, regional rail, ferries, and a culture of walking mean car ownership is optional for millions. New York's Black history is long and layered. From Harlem's cultural apex in the early 20th century to the Black immigrant neighborhoods of Brooklyn and the legacy communities of Jersey City and New York. The Walk Score ranks New York among the nation's most walkable cities, and the Metropolitan Transportation Authority moves millions daily, making transit an everyday reliable tool for city living. Yes, New York is expensive, but it gives you that vibrant city life that millions are willing to pay a premium for. At least that helps a little bit that you don't need a freaking car like we do in Los Angeles. Every day I ask, why are we here? And is the weather that good? Is it that good? And then you go somewhere else and you're like, dang, the weather actually was that good. At number 2, we have San Francisco, Oakland, and Fremont. Bay Area urban life centers around dense neighborhoods and transit options that reward living without a car. The San Francisco metro Black population is smaller than in other East Coast metros, but the region's history from the Great Migration and World War II era shipyard communities in the East Bay to later waves of Black middle-class settlement remain visible in neighborhoods and institutions. What makes the Bay Area especially friendly to car-free living is its compact urban form, plus rail systems and ferry services that knit together jobs and housing across water and hills. San Francisco's city core posts very high walk scores and excellent transit scores. And places like Oakland and Berkeley have strong bus and rail connections that support commuting without a car. For Black families and single professionals who value proximity to work, culture, and regional transit, Bay Area metros make vehicle-free life doable. Number 3, we have Boston or Cambridge. Boston's urban footprint is stitched together by old neighborhoods where streets were designed for foot traffic long before cars existed. The Boston Metro's Black population has deep roots in neighborhoods like Roxbury and Dorchester. These communities are centers of civic life and small business activity. The MBTA subway and commuter rail system make a surprising number of commutes possible without driving. And Boston's dense job centers and plentiful services mean that grocery stores, clinics, and schools are often within walking distance. The Walk Score consistently ranks Boston among the US cities with the highest walkability, and the presence of major universities and hospitals concentrates amenities in walkable clusters. For those that prefer short commutes, predictable transit, and neighborhoods with local life on the street, Boston remains one of the most conveniencing car-free American cities. At number 4, we have a place I would live if it wasn't so cold, and that is the Washington, Arlington, Alexandria area. The Washington, D.C. Metro supports a rich variety of car-free lifestyles. From dense, walkable neighborhoods within the district to transit-connected suburbs in Maryland and Virginia. The Metro counts roughly 1.5 million Black residents. Black communities are central to the region's cultural institutions, churches, and civic life. DC's Metro Rail and extensive bus networks, plus growing investments in bike infrastructure and protected lanes, make it possible to live, work, and socialize without a car. I wonder in these areas, is it okay to pick up your date on a bike? And what happens if I pull up on a bike? Is that cool? Let me know in the comments if I pull up on a bike to a date in these areas, is that looked at as okay? Or am I looked at as just cheap or I don't have a car? Because I can tell you in LA, it probably wouldn't go over so well. The Walk Score data consistently show the district itself as a walker's paradise, while transit access into Northern Virginia and Maryland keeps a wider region feasible for the carless commuter. Next up, we have another one of my favorite cities, Chicago. Chicago's grid and its elevated and subway lines provide a transit backbone that supports car-free living across the city and into inner suburbs. The Chicago Metro has a large Black population and a long history, from Bronzeville's cultural institutions to the south and West Side neighborhoods that have been engines of community life for generations. Chicago's density, combined with an excellent transit rating in many neighborhoods, means that for millions, owning a car is a convenience rather than a necessity. Commuter rail extends reach into suburbs, while buses and rapid transit knit together neighborhoods, offering a choice to bike, walk, or ride. For Black households tied to local community hubs, jobs near the Loop, or universities and hospitals within the city, Chicago's transit-rich neighborhoods make car-free living realistic. At number 6, we have Philadelphia. Philadelphia's building form, compact row houses, and mixed-use streets is one reason the city always feels walkable. The Philadelphia Metro is home to around 1.2 million Black residents. The network of subways, trolleys, and regional rail, combined with dense neighborhood-scale retail, lets many families run daily life without a car. Groceries, schools, barbershops, and even churches are often reachable on foot. The walkable score ranks many Philadelphia neighborhoods as very walkable, and the city's lower housing costs relative to other northeastern metros make it feasible for more people to live near transit. For people who prize street-level life, community connection, and short commutes, Philadelphia is a strong car-free candidate. At number 7, we have Portland. Over in the West Coast, Portland's reputation as America's biking and micro neighborhood city is well earned. The Portland Metro's Black population is smaller than in older Eastern metros, but African American history and civic life, especially in neighborhoods like Albania, are meaningful anchors for those communities. What makes Portland stand out for car-free living is a city-scale commitment to bike infrastructure, reliable bus lines, and a walkable urban core with neighborhood main streets. Frequent transit on major corridors plus a culture that prizes biking means that short errands and commutes are often more pleasant by bike than by car. For households that favor active transport and local neighborhood life, Portland's planning choices and infrastructure investment make living without a car not merely possible, but pleasurable. At number 8, we have Seattle. Seattle's central neighborhoods, where the Pike Place Marketplace, downtown offices, and dense residential buildings sit close together, go together like a city designed for walking. The Seattle Metro's Black population is significant and has long ties to neighborhoods such as the Central District. Black institutions have shaped the city's civic culture and art scene. Transit investments in light rail, robust bus corridors, and commuter ferries have brought in options for people who want to rely on transit rather than a car. For daily life, the city's combination of neighborhood retail, transit access, and growing bike infrastructure allows many households to reduce or eliminate the need for a car. And number 9, we have Minneapolis. The Twin Cities blend lakeside neighborhoods, compact downtowns, and a growing transit backbone that includes light rail and expanding bus rapid transit corridors. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Metro is home to approximately 3.7 million people and a significant black population concentrated in specific urban neighborhoods. The Metro's black communities have forged institutions and political representation that shape the city's public life. Minneapolis's planning favors access to parks, neighborhood stores, and services within short distance. And the light rail lines link key employment corridors to dense neighborhoods. The Twin Cities provide all the ingredients for car-free life. Decent transit, walkable neighborhoods, and a city-scale commitment to making everyday errands easy without a car. And for the last one, we have Baltimore. So we're headed back over to the East Coast. Baltimore often surprises newcomers with its walkable historic neighborhoods, places where row houses, corner stores, and transit stops that create a life that doesn't hinge on a car. The Baltimore Metro's black population is large and historically central to the city's identity. Churches, fraternal organizations, black-owned businesses, and cultural institutions are interwoven into neighborhoods like West Baltimore and East Baltimore. MARC and light rail, plus robust bus services, provide commuter and local options, and many city neighborhoods score well on walkability. For black households who prize neighborhood life and the ability to walk to their daily needs, Baltimore's historic cores and transit corridors make car-free living a real choice. Across these 10 metros, we see common features that make car-free life feasible. A meaningful transit spine, aka subways, light rail, commuter rail, or robust bus networks, bike infrastructure, and local retail that supports everyday life within a short walk. But living without a car still depends on choices. Within a metro, where you live matters hugely. Many of these regions have sprawling suburbs where a car is still required. The walkable, transit-rich neighborhoods are often the more expensive ones, and rising housing costs push longtime residents out of very districts that make car-free life easy. I really wish that all of these were even an option where I live in Southern California that is known to have horrible public transport system. But let me know how things are where you live, and if you're tired of driving everywhere in hours and hours and hours of traffic every week like I am. That's all I have for you today, and I'll catch you on the next one.